Hello boys and girls, Alex back again with a selection of new puzzles to present to you. Now somebody said to me that these joints are sort of like a rabbit joint, R-A-B-B-E-T joint. I reckon they're more like rabbit, R-A-B-B-I-T joint, because they breed worse than mice. Look at them all. Anyway, I've got 5 puzzles to show you, although by the looks of it I've got 6 here, only because that's a duplicate, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that's 5. Good God, lucky I've got 5 fingers on one hand. The only reason why I'm showing you some of these is because that is actually made out of solid timber. I don't know whether you can see that. I'll go and check the camera. Yep, that's made out of solid timber. The rest of them use my traditional, layered MDF and with alignment dowels. Now you'll find that some of these scales are different. That's often usually the sort of like the presented scale like that. However, because I'm laminating it out of 6mm MDF, to get the right divisibility I have to laminate 4 together, so we're straight away upping from what is either 20mm or 15mm or whatever to 24mm. Anyway, we'll put this aside because actually this is the main one I want to demonstrate to you, because it's hard to draw how to do this, and I'm not going to demonstrate how you put these together because they've got such awkward pieces. They often fall apart when I'm putting them together, and then I've got to start again, and I just make an absolute ass of myself, and I don't want to do that. Secondly, it's hard to get the right angles. You'll probably find my fingers never leave the hand, and therefore they're going to cover up the view of it. So what I have done is, as always, at the bottom of the video there'll be a link to the SketchUp files, and for those of you that don't know SketchUp or are too stubborn to learn it, there should be an associated PDF file which will show you how to assemble it, and hopefully it'll also give you the measurements. One other thing I would like to mention, this is pure plagiarism. This puzzle and this puzzle I got off a chap who I read about on Lumberjocks, although he does Instructables as well. It's MT Airy MD, whatever the hell that stands for. But I was inspired by them. He's actually made some great little presentations. And the only reason why I'm putting this forward is because A, I just want to build up my quota at Lumberjocks, and B, there's 2 puzzles here that he didn't have. So at least I can show you that. Anyway, we'll put this aside, which is the one I'm going to go into. Now this is by MT Marriage. You'll find, I'm not going to disassemble it, but you'll find that a lot of these, the key factor to this is one piece that slides out. Once you've slid that out, it all just falls apart. And of course, when you put it together, it's the reverse. It's that bloody piece that you've got to get in the right spot for it to work. So that's a smaller one of that, as I said, out of real stuff, so I'll put that aside. Now in this one likes to fall apart on me, and because I did it too loose, or actually I went overboard, because here you've got these half lap joints. I wanted to make it a not too snug a fit, because it's MDF and it'll break off at the edges. And naturally, as I sanded down the flush fit in there, I totally forgot that when I sand that down and I sand the other matching half of the lap joint, I'm doubling the amount that I'm really taking off. So it's actually quite loose. And there is the way this works is this comes up, and then you can pull pieces out, and on that side drop it down and it'll fall together again. Now the incredible part about this puzzle It's 12 pieces and they're all made up of exactly the same piece. It's like that. That's before I buffed it up on the buff. You can see it makes a nice little colouring. But it's like that. So, bit of an awkward shape to cut. But then again, if you've got a dado stacker, it shouldn't be an issue. But as I said, there's no challenge because it's all the same pattern. So let's move that out of... Go this way. Move that out of the way. This one... And that... Oh, sorry, that's the same one as well. Move him out. These two are the same. Now, they're made out of 12 pieces. 11 of these pieces, exactly like that. And the 12th key is exactly the same, but it's got this little notch in it. Now, once you find the key, which is here, you'll find that slips out, then that moves over that. Anyway, read the RTFM to how to disassemble it. Move that out of the way. That goes out of the way too. Now, these are just basic 6 burr puzzles. Now, this one I got off this MT Airy MD. I'm not going to pull it apart, as I said, because it's got all these weird shapes in there. No, I won't show you in this one. But you'll find that it's hard to get the camera angle right without getting the hands in the way. But anyway, the key to this one is this little piece. That locks it, and then you put it together. I'll get that out of the way. This will give you a better idea of the different shapes. This comes assembled. You can see, I don't want to go too far because I don't want to start putting it back together. You can see you've got all these weird shapes. And that's why I said, it'd be very hard. Now I've got to try and figure out how this bloody thing goes back together. Here we go. It slips in together. One good thing about the laser, it does make a really nice little fit. Okay, the puzzle I wanted to show you is this one. Again, I got this off MT Airy MD. He calls it the Hexagon puzzle. Now, I'm going to turn the camera off for a second to dismantle it because that's a secret to this. If you know how to dismantle it, you've got a fairly good idea of assembling it. So, I'll switch the camera off for a second, disassemble it, and then I'll show you how to put it back together again. Oh, look at that, the magic of cameras. I've disassembled it. It basically comes with this standard shape. And what I have done is, again, using my alignment dowels, drilled holes, and you come up with, 2, 4, 6 of these shapes, and you glue 2 together in this sort of like a 7 overlay 7 format to get your appropriate shape. Now, they fit, you try and fit it together, they all seem to fit however you like, but the secret is you get your ducks in a row. I've got to now try and see if I can get this working correct. Good God. I knew I shouldn't have done it. But what you really have to do is, don't worry, I'll get it right soon. No, that doesn't go there. That goes there. Yep, that's it. The whole secret is to try and get these pieces around so you get this magical little triangle in the middle there. Until you get that, they just won't fit together. But once you've got that triangle, you squeeze in. Don't get me, come on, don't. So you've got to get the pieces on the bottom and the top to work together. And voila, it just slips together, that simple. There you have it. To pull it apart, you can be lucky depending on how you pull, but actually the secret is quite neat. To pull it apart, you just twist it. Oh, try again. Oh, come on. Typical, doesn't work when you want it to. There you are. It's come apart. and that's it. So putting it back together, as I said, the secret is, because you see you've got to get one under and one over type of thing, and that's where it's tricky. But if you work on that little sneaky little what do you call it, I was going to say isosceles triangle, but that's bullshit. It's an equilateral, whatever. God almighty, schooling was a long time ago. And once you've got your ducks in a row, it just slips together beautifully. Now let's see if it comes apart. There, much better. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for now. I've bored you to tears. Look, the plans should be there. They're a fun little thing to have. They give you loads of fun. Look, half the time, your audience, when you give it to your friends, well, you don't want them to, they'll never do it in front of you because, you know, they just won't. They probably haven't got the time, and you couldn't be bothered sitting there for an hour letting them to try and figure it out. Also, they're your precious little puzzles, so you don't want them to take it away unless you actually give it to them as a present. So once they've looked at it, puzzled themselves, then you go and show them the solution. They think you're a real clever smart ass or whatever, but at least you've entertained your audience for an hour or so. Have a few vinos and enjoy yourself, talk a lot of bullshit, and have fun with the puzzles. Thank you. There you are, boys and girls. This will give you an idea of why I think they breed like bloody rabbits. You know, if you have a look at all the space it's taken up. Oh, go the other way. There, and then when you go up, there's another layer of puzzles there, and that's it. So you can see it does take up 2 shelves of a otherwise rather busy cupboard. All right, catch you later.